Right guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are replacing this old flat lead roof, and I'm going to replace it with felt 3-layered system, and I'm going to show you through it. But first of all, we need to remove it. Right guys, so we have stripped, look at these poison spiders. Poison spiders in England, guys. People don't believe it, but yeah, they're called the false widow. So we've stripped. We need to get this out my way. Bit of food money for the evening. Bit of lead, yeah. On this roof, there's a couple of things, or a couple of problems I've come across. One of them is close boarding. So if I burn onto this, there's a potential that something or flame could go in here and catch onto some old material, which I don't want. So I'm gonna go and get a little thin bit of ply, 6mm, just to tack on top, give myself a good base. I'm also gonna prime on here before I go and get that board, so it gives it time to go off. By the time I get back, it will be nice and ready. Next problem we have is under here where the lead drip was. I'm not going to be able to put my board or my wood, so I'm going to cut this back level, and then I'm going to put my drip batten here. That makes sense. What I've done is I've put my batten on along the edge, and now get myself something nice to go to for my drips. What I like to do as well is I like to pilot hole these so I don't split the wood. But yeah, that's my perimeter. Up top there you can see is the primer. I've got to chase that out, forgot to chase that out, but it'll be a bit dusty, but I've got the blower. So yeah, primer for my flashings to adhere to. We're in good stead, guys, so let's go get a bit of breakfast and get the board in for this. I've just rushed back to the car because I left you guys sitting on my front seat, and I've got PTSD from living in London all my life that my window was going to be popped. Lesson learnt. You guys are staying with me for the whole day. Okay guys, phase 1 of a 3-layered system. This, as you see, has got holes in it. It's perforated. We tack this down to the roof with nails. Then with our underfelt, which is this stuff, we burn this on top of this, and it sticks to the roof via that and allows airflow. Then our third layer is this, which is a charcoal, what I will show you as we go. Okay guys, so first layer of 3 is down. Like I say, this is tacked down. This is called a perforated breathable membrane. So when I burn these, we'll get holes in them, and the next layer, which is our underfelt, will stick to the roof here, allowing airflow to go through here. That makes sense, guys. So perforated is on, and I've burnt the holes. Normally when you lay this, you would burn this at the same time as burning this, but because it's just a small area, I've not got much to work with. I'm going to burn this first, then burn this, which is called the underfelt. So as you see, it runs from front to back and up the wall slightly. And now what we'll do is we'll put our drip formers on with our felt wraparounds, and then we'll run our top cap sheet in, lead, done. Easy as that for you, not for me. Okay guys, so here I'm just marking out my felt drips, and all I'm doing is marking 300s 3 times. I just get a batten for a straight edge. I mark it with the back of the knife so it gives me a straight line, and then I just freehand cut it. Hello mate. Good job at raining. Oh mate, bad time, innit? Rainbow years, son. Yeah. They are our drips, and I'm going to form them in a second. I'm going to show you exactly how. Drip edges done, well, not done. So what we do is we put our cap sheet on at 300. This is 75 mil. 75 mil back to 150, and then 150 onto the roof. Nice cover. We overlap this one and this one, so there's no black tape showing. And then this gets pulled up onto the roof here using these. What I like to do as well also is leave it a little bit short here, so when you turn this over it sticks a nice bit of felt on there. We are getting there, guys. I want to show you another little detail I do. So with my drips, like I say, I leave it a bit short here so it can stick, but I also leave a bit here like this, because when we pull this up like this, if we didn't have this piece here, say that piece was void, when we pull up our next bit, that bit down there, there'd be a gap in here. So when we pull this up now and pull that like that across and burn it on, then we lift that one that my thumb's on, a bit hard to record, and pull it up, it will all be one piece, no water's getting in the side. There is the wraparounds. Hopefully that will make more sense to you now. And then what we do is we put this, it's called cap sheet mineral felt, on now and up that wall, and then separate flashings down, and then the lead. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. Felt is on. Don't look at that bit in the middle where the ladder is, that's just to protect the roof. This is the roof so far. We're gonna now put these flashings, separate flashings, they're gonna go from here down and onto the roof. The thing with these separate flashings is because a few reasons. The heat and cold contracts and expands, and if we've got a separate flashing it gives it more of a chance. Also, brickwork to woodwork will probably move at different stages, they're not together. I'm onto the lead here, so this chase was obviously cut before, it's a bit too big of a chase, but I'll fill it nonetheless. So that is our flashing, our lead flashing, which we use in England. I'm not sure what you guys use in other places, but I have to cut it to size, like so, and then put a little bend in it for it to go into the wall. And what you also need to do is you have to use a thing called patination oil, which is this stuff here. It cleans the lead, so it doesn't run horrible nastiness onto your fresh roof. Update, guys, we have the lead flashings in. Okay, so over here in England, don't know about anywhere else, we have these little things called heli clips, and they go in there, they squeeze in and they hold the lead. But where you have too big of a chase, where someone's chased it before, you have to wedge. You can wedge some lead, so you can cut some lead up like this, and you can wedge it. So old used lead, just wedge it in right now to point, and then we're done. So guys, we finished. We have our lead flashing in, which has been pointed all the way around, pipes back in, felt, drips, flashings, everything's perfect. What I like to do as well, when I finish pointing, I like to give this an extra clean, which I've done already. These marks here are just because it's the way it's been stored in the builder's yard. Yeah, all good, happy with that one. Okay guys, so that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you're enjoying the new kind of content. I appreciate you. Now time to go home and be in pain.